Movie review number 1494 is Paranorman. Paranorman is a 2012 movie directed by Chris Butler and Sam Fell. This movie is from Focus Features and Laika Studios and is the second movie produced by Laika Studios after Coraline from 2009. So this movie I saw this movie on October 28th, 2025 at Cinemark Milford 16 in Milford, Ohio. So the film was re-released as part of Fathom Entertainment in October, and they released a short film right before the movie, The Thrifting. The Thrifting is animated, while Paranorman is also animated, but they use stop motion characters. Kind of like with Coraline. So, this movie from 2012 is about Norman. Young Norman Babcock has the ability to speak with the dead, and he often prefers their company to that of the living. So Norman is just a kid, and he's having a hard time fitting in. But he has the ability to talk to dead people, including his grandmother. And he actually prefers talking to the dead because he feels like he belongs somewhere. Like the dead accept Norman for who he is, while the living, well, they don't really understand him. They think of him as a freak. They kind of bully him, tease him. And Norman, well, he just likes talking to dead people. Well, one day, he receives word from his strange Pendergast that a centuries-old witch's curse on their town is real and is about to come true. And Norman may be the only one that can stop it. When zombies rise from their graves, Norman must summon all his courage and compassion and push his paranormal abilities to the limit to save his fellow townspeople, even if they think of him as a freak and, they don't really trust or like him. But despite that, Norman still wants to save the town. But he may need some help from his friends and family. But can he stop this centuries-old witch's curse in time? And is it really a curse? Or is there something else that's going on that the people don't know about? So, I like this movie. I really like the animation, the stop-motion characters. I also like how Norman is just a kid in this movie. He's just trying to fit in. And you can see how, despite all the bullying and teasing that he has endured during this movie, it doesn't, stop him from wanting to, just be a good kid. Maybe not normal, but just being a good kid, And he wants to help the townspeople from this curse. And he believes that he might have a way to stop it. But then he realizes that maybe something else can stop it. Let me put it this way. When his uncle says that Norman is the only one that can stop this curse, Norman eventually realizes that maybe there might be a different way to stop this curse than what everybody else is saying. I'll let you guys see the movie for yourselves, but I definitely was surprised to see what has occurred with this curse when they later just revealed to what the curse actually is. And why Norman could be the only one to stop this. And it's partly because of his ability to talk to the dead, but also Norman has an understanding with dead people and people in general, even though people don't really understand him. But yeah, this was really good. I definitely was happy to see this movie. So Cody Smith-McPhee voices Norman Babcock in the movie. Tucker Abasiri portrays Neil Down, who is Norman's 12-year-old best friend. Anna Kendrick voices Courtney Babcock, who is Norman's sister. Casey Affleck portrays Mitch Down, who is Neil's 19-year-old brother. And let's just say that he is the target of Courtney's affections. Christopher Mintz-Plasse portrays Alvin, who is a boy. Wellesley Mann voices Sandra Babcock, who is Courtney and Norman's mother. Jeff Dolan portrays Perry Babcock, who is Courtney and Norman's father. And let's just say he is hard on the son at times, because he really doesn't understand him. Elaine Stitcherich voices Grandma Babcock, who is the ghost of Courtney and Norman's deceased grandmother. Bernard Hill voices Judge Hopkins. Jodie Foreman portrays Agatha or Aggie. Tempest Hill Bedsore portrays Sheriff Hooper. Alice Borstein voices Mrs. Margaret Henshaw. John Goodman voices Mr. Pendergast, who happens to be Courtney and Norman's great uncle. Hannah Norris voices Salma. Ariel Winter voices a Beverly Horror Kid. Bridget Hoffman portrays a ghost. Scott Menville voices Deputy Wayne. David Cowgill portrays a greaser ghost. Wendy Hoffman voices Gucci Lady. Jeremy Shader portrays Pug. Emily Hahn portrays a Sweet Girl. And Jack Blessing voices a ghost. So, this is the second movie produced by Laika Studios, and eventually they did The Box Trolls, Cooper and the Two Strings, and Missing Link. Another thing about this re-release, they actually showed a little bit from the next animated theatrical film coming out next year, Wirewood. I believe it will be the sixth theatrical film produced by Laika, and I'm definitely excited for it. But yeah, this was a really good movie, guys. I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of Paranorman. Please and truth from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.